for you.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you girls tonight?
Good.
Nice day in the neighborhood, isn't it?
Yes, it is
A
nice.
little windy, but.
That's all right, we'll take it. Grass is green.
Yeah.
We're on this side of it.
Yeah.
Can't ask for anything more.
My
Scrambled
roses
the
are
bees
still
together.
blooming.
I assumed she wasn't bringing these
We
up.
just took the plants to the front of the radio station,
Yeah.
like, we left them there for so long. Sherry's like, oh, they're like starting to grow out of the box now.
I know. I pulled some plants today. I called Sierra Grow and I said, are you gonna be picking up yard waste? And they go, no, we stopped in October. I was like, okay.
Like, yeah.
No worries.
Yep, that's me.
Give it a couple minutes for anybody else to stumble in.
Maybe.
We probably doing circles in the parking lot.
Right.
I saw your truck. That's the reason I knew that it was here. I was like, yes, I think it's here.
I'm Angela. Nice to meet you too.
Those that don't know, Lissa won't be able to join us today. She's under the weather.
Oh, sorry to hear that. It's not fun.
Sarah should be en route. She was leaving Binghamton around 1:30, so she might be a few minutes late.
Busy gal. This is the quietest I've ever heard this. What's up with that?
I think it still feels like a Monday to me. I'm just.
I've been saying that all day. I'm like, are you sure today's Tuesday?
Yeah, and I'm like, one of the, just for some reason today, like, I don't know if I just didn't sleep well, but I'm just tired, like, today just is, yeah, so I can say, like, I've been quiet at work all day, like, I'm just tired today.
I've been talking since I walked in the door today. I'm like, oh, it's quiet for a minute.
So that'd be pretty thick. This is like right at 1:30, right? That'd
Yeah.
be making she flying.
I'll make it here by now, she left at 1:30, yeah, she'd have to be hauling.
Right.
Well,
I doubt she's. And then- but should be a few minutes late as well, though. So,
So we're talking about that gazebo.
mhm.
My husband is in on that, so if you want to do that, I can set that up.
Okay.
So for the ABA. Just
Okay.
wanted to.
Sounds good. Cool.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
hello, hello.
More people.
Is that what they
Things like- I mean,
Y'all
Like, video.
I got your application.
I mean,
Thank you.
Oh, good. Yeah.
we can gather.
Got y'all signed up and ready.
Any more of the agendas and?
Oh.
Is there
Oh,
another
yeah,
one?
I'm sorry.
Thank
You guys don't want any, do you?
Thank you. Thank you.
it says my name on it.
I know, that's why I brought it to
I
you.
thought this was,
Then I just thought it was,
what you were talking about.
Very-
this was
well,
like
that's what
right
I'm saying, it was
last month,
very
so I
random
thought
that
you had gotten this,
no, it
but-
came like ran, and I was like, we just talked about this. It literally, I think some of the ones you're looking at are on the front. I just thought it was very ironic.
Right.
It came from the mail and then like, I was like, we were just talking about these.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I would think so, except it came before we were talking about it. It was so just very odd.
Hmm.
It's like, I was like, I'll have to bring it just because.
All right, it doesn't look like anybody has joined online yet, so let's just get
It's Sleepy Tuesday.
rolling. All right, let's go around the room, introduce everybody for those who might not know everybody. I'm Kyle Farr with Gannon Associates Insurance and Monocle Entertainment. I am currently the marketing officer.
I'm Sarah Watson with the Mars Collective LLC. I am currently.
And Spelton Veterinary Center, County Weaver.
I'm Becky Williams. I'm from Spalding Memorial Library, and I'm the mouth you can't shut up. I'm so sorry.
I'm Megan Campbell. I'm the assistant director at Spalding Memorial Library.
And I'm Rochelle Stack. I'm currently the treasurer here and I'm from CNN Bank.
I'm Dave Young with Moody and Associates.
I'm Melinda Fox with Fox Photography.
I'm Angela Townsend. I'm new to Choice 102, WEBO.
Yeah, you.
Yes. Voice obvious.
We have to get her on the air now. Thanks for that.
Never any more ideas.
I'm Irene Radigan. I own Choice 102 and WEBO and myhometownttoday.com. And Radigan Media, which is our digital division.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
And thank you to Moody for having us here today.
Yes, I appreciate it.
We're just kind of starting to get into this, so we can help. What we do.
Excellent.
Such great cheer.
They were sent out, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody have any edits or changes to make to the October minutes? Didn't print them out. I didn't think of that. Any more changes? No.
So do we have a motion to accept the minutes from last month?
I'll make the motion to accept.
Do we have a second?
Yes.
And then vote, yay, yay, nay, everybody else to accept the minutes?
Alrighty, treasury report.
All right. It's a little less busy this last month. My treasury report, the council series is always interesting. So the only thing that we had go out of our regular account this last month was the Halloween candy and the bags and everything. And we'll do update later, but that was a lot of fun. And concert series, we were changing over to the checking account instead of being the savings account. So actually, and that goes along with our next part. I was actually able to get those checks a lot cheaper. It was like 18 something for just one box. I ended up having a special. I wrote down some code. We got 2 boxes for the
Thank
same
you.
price, like a little less. So I was like, nice. And then we just had just the interest on there. So, but yeah, I was really glad to, and then the next day when I went in, the code had changed to something else, but I had written it down. So I got it out. And I was like, sweet. Like, excellent. We got 2 for the price of 1. Lasts us a little bit longer than I thought. And when we get new officers and we have everything, or if there is anybody new, signature cards, we'll have to update anybody that's not current. I'll have them turn in the Visa check cards, and then I'll bring in a new business resolution once we get that all figured out.
Good job.
And that is it for me.
Communications? Back to you.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I see in the band fund, we have a lot of money. Is everything been paid? Is all the people, everybody's been
Everybody's
paid?
been paid.
Yipers.
Basically what we had in it going in. So we basically.
Yeah, we
for
actually
the
did
most part.
pretty much with everybody, the donations that we got from
Mhm.
everybody for the band, and then what we paid out in the bands, it actually came out very, very close to being even.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm impressed with this.
The only other thing, and actually it's gonna go out this month, actually, I'm glad you said that, thanks for like stopping.
Mhm.
So Erie Insurance did come through, I just got the bill, but it's 442, it is for the whole year, so that
Okay.
will be coming out of the top account, it'll be in there next month, because I just wrote the check today, but I wanted to tell you guys, it's 442. Little up from last year, which I think was 417, but not by much, like $5 increase. But I just got it and just wrote the check, and I didn't send it out yet, I just wanted to tell you guys before I even put it on next month's meeting.
Okay, so we go with Erie Insurance, which is not an Athens business, right?
No, it is, it's Two Rivers down there.
Oh, Two Rivers,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, so it's Erie Insurance, but it's also like
Okay.
under Two Rivers, yep. So it is for Kim, yep, Kim.
Try to just keep it plugged.
Yes, no, but hey, it's perfect, yep. I even checked it when I looked through, I was like, this is Two Rivers. It is. I was doing the same exact thing. So that'll be on there next month, but yeah, 442 is what it was. Just wrote out the check, because it's due on the 8th, so I wanted to get it out to them, but I just figured I'd tell you guys now before I even saw it on the next communication.
Cool.
Good job.
Alrighty. Current business, okay, yeah, I guess I'm Lissa today. Because I
Very
wasn't,
nice to see you again.
wasn't quite prepared to talk at her points, but I do remember having this conversation with her a little bit. We were just wondering if we wanted to make it the vote for the upcoming election. Is that based on business or by people, bodies in the door, essentially? If that was to be put up for, because there's several of us that have multiple members that show up. In the past, I believe we have let everybody vote because we were looking for more bodies and more people to volunteer and do things.
Right.
So we were, if, you know, you're willing to put in the extra, provide the extra hours for us, then I would, you know, that was what we had decided what we thought in the past, I think. If anybody wants to correct me on that.
No, I agree with that, especially like whoever, you know, I agree, what you just said completely.
Okay.
It's up to everybody.
So yeah, I basically, whether it comes down to the vote is one vote per business or one vote per person.
I say one vote per person.
I agree.
Yes, yes, yes.
You else wanna
All right.
throw in 2 cents?
Anything else?
No.
I think we
Okay.
need caffeine in this room or something.
I know, right?
No.
I'm just being awkward because I'm not used to leading these anymore.
Observe.
Yeah, like the packet and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll be updating that once we get the new officers in line. We're gonna have a strategic planning type meeting with the officers to kind of really map out the year. And then we can, once we have that, especially, we'll get down to that. And that's my second bolt, the bolt that was actually mine. That we'll be having some changes next year compared to how we've done it in the past. So yeah, I guess we should do an official vote. All those in favor of voting by person rather than by business?
I,
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, vote passes. By member. All right, so I guess actually this,
Brad was asking how this can that be put in the new packet because businesses may want to send more people than for that reason.
yeah, we could get that in the packet.
Good call, Sarah. I'm gonna start being louder. Good call, Sarah.
I don't want you guys thinking I'm a big mouth or anything, so I'm just gonna observe for a little bit. And then I'll get to a point where I can't shut up, so then I'll just, you know, let it out.
All right, then, for our nominations, you'll see at the last page of your packets, Irene has accepted a nomination for president. Sarah has accepted a nomination for vice president, but it also had basically floated it out there that she would be flexible depending on how it all broke down, so I put her there in there twice. Rochelle has accepted the treasurer nominee. Sarah accepted the secretary, and I accepted the nominations. Is there any other last minute decisions on that? I was hoping Sarah would be here by now. We might want to double back just to make sure
We could double back.
two of you then we're on the same page. But yeah, I guess think about that if anybody has any other nomination thoughts while we.
I mean, honestly, I could flip. I guess I'll flip too, like however it goes either way. Either way, I want to help you guys, so that's it.
Right, so,
Love it.
right. I say the back and forth between
I know,
the
I
group
have.
of us
well,
trying to figure out where we all are has been
I'm a
stressful the
little-
last couple weeks.
It has been because I don't want to like commit to you guys and say that I'm gonna do all these great things. And then I don't, because that's not who I am. So that's why I was kind of like teeter-tottering. Okay, let me talk to my staff because my staff is gonna be the one to essentially back me at the office when I'm working on stuff for you guys. So I wanted to make sure it was okay with my whole team. And then when it was okay, then I said, all right, go ahead.
This is
So,
wonderful.
you know, I think it's important and I think that we can do really great things.
We can.
Just with my business alone, pushing you guys forward.
Mhm. Well, we're ready for some new ideas, some strong leadership, so we're with you.
Yeah, so that was my like dilemma of saying yay or nay for a little bit.
Look at the women that you're thinking of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so. ABA planning calendar. Guess I'm not exactly sure what was the
Did you
next,
excuse
like,
it, Christmas?
I did skip Christmas. Yes,
You can't
Christmas.
skip Christmas.
Can't skip Christmas. And let Irene
Back to
take-
big mouth over here. I told you. I
Irene
like
take the lead on
to-
this because we talked a little bit about,
So I went to the Was that an ABA thing that did the gallons, or was it, I don't know where I go. I just go where I'm told. Anyway, so you and I, the chamber thing. So, Kyle and I were talking about Christmas and how hard it is to get volunteers to try to put events together and do all those things. It becomes more
Yes.
stressful than enjoyable.
Yes.
So I spoke to my husband and I thought that it'd be really cool to utilize the gazebo that's in downtown Athens. And put on some sort of Christmas event where we get, like local performances, local artists coming in to perform Christmas songs and maybe Christmas caroling, and maybe set up and get a sponsor. Maybe like we can get Dandy involved, to do like hot chocolate for the kids and like popcorn. And then the businesses that are on either side or downtown can participate as well. Maybe they'll do some sort of special that night for anybody who wants to come in so we can get more people into the businesses. I thought that with all this COVID stuff that's been happening, a lot of people, like, I have 5 kids, so like, you know, they were kind of locked in for a while. So we went trick-or-treating 3 times this year. Yes.
And the 600 that came to the library the other night.
Yes. I was at the library. Yes. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. So, you know, I thought that it was important. Number one, we want to still stay safe because COVID is still a thing. But if we got people out and yeah, they had, you know, they'd probably have to dress warm and just enjoy like the Christmas season, you know, I'm going to and again, I have to make sure it's okay with you guys, but I wanted to contact the schools because in the past, what we did at the radio station is we went and recorded all the kids' Christmas concerts, and then we did our own kids' Christmas concert on the radio, highlighting all the different schools. So if I can reach out to just like Athens, say Athens, Waverly, Sayre, you know, we can have them maybe come out and do some Christmas singing for the community, kind of something different where we can get people out and into the businesses. We don't want to block off the businesses and have vendors because then it's going to be hard for everybody to get in. Just make it more welcoming. Everyone can decorate their windows. Maybe we can get Santa in a fire truck or something like that.
Have you given any thought as to when you would like to do this? What day of the week, what time?
So in the past, when we've done events, I found it to be very successful to do it on a Saturday. Number one, most people are off with their kids on the weekend and trying to find something to do. Sundays seems, you know, Sunday's a church day, so it's a family day. And, you know, we want to get as many people out into the businesses. You know, on Sunday, I know the people that I'm friends with, like, they don't really want to go out shopping. They want to like have family dinners and go to church and just relax. So I was thinking more along the lines of like a Saturday evening, maybe. And again, these are all my thoughts in my mind, and I wanted to run it.
No, they're good.
I wanted to run it by you, and you know, especially the kids. I have a soft spot for kids because you know I have the Birdie Bunch. But I think for the kids, it's something that they can look forward to. They have their concerts and stuff coming up for chorus and all of that, but this is different.
Right.
You know, this isn't like you're in school, follow school rules, and you know that strict regimen that they're used to every day. This is come out and have fun. This is having fun, and entertain the community. So, and we'll cover it. So if we can pull this off and make this happen, which I don't see why not, other than if we don't get permission to use the gazebo, well, then all bets are off. But I don't honestly see that happening. So I figured doing something like that, you know, we'll sponsor it I'll take care of all the coordination of everything so that nobody else has to do that. Our staff will, you know, Sherry's backing me at the office. So, you know, I'll just take care of all the planning.
So can we consider possibly getting somebody to donate a large Christmas tree that can have lights on it or something for the kids to, I suppose, opportunity. Just make
So
it
I
feel
can
like-
talk to, Cruft Lumber is a really good client of ours. I can go over and talk to Karen at True Value, I always say it on Horns, True Value. Yeah, I can go over and talk to Karen to see if that, you know, she wants to do something. Williams Toyota is a really good sponsor, and I know Jimmy would definitely give us a tree if we needed one.
Sarah's
Secret lumber as well.
Secret, yeah. So I mean, I don't have them, so I'm just going off the top of my head. Anybody you have that you want me to contact, I would.
Well, just
Sure.
think-
See, I know Sarah's got the connection with Robinsons too. They'll usually do
those
something like that.
clients-
Yeah.
Or both of those were former ABA members and.
So so what's the name of the?
Secret lumber.
Every time on the chair, I can think about is like letting the kids know or anybody that comes that they could even bring like an ornament that they would like to put on the tree.
Wouldn't that
Make
be
that really
nice?
community organized, like.
Yeah.
Kids literally can bring
That's a
whatever they
great
want and
idea,
put it on the
Rochelle.
tree, especially the kids.
Yeah. That would be really good too.
Love to take pictures of it. Seriously, that'd be fun.
So how big of a tree do you guys think?
Just like the White House.
Yeah.
I was just thinking back in the days.
We want it to be, we'll get a real tree to put out, so it smells like pine, because my favorite. I don't know how tall, I don't know what to I just know what to ask for, I guess, 8 feet.
Let's see about that.
Because we have to be, I'm short, so we have to get ladders and get up there. Okay,
I've got at least one ladder.
okay.
Sometimes we can get people from the borough to help do decoration stuff too, and it's
Okay.
Mhm.
sometimes, not for everything, but.
What if there's a little area where kids could sign up ornament?
I was just gonna say, I bet,
Put it on the tree.
Yeah.
Just inexpensive little pen and, paint.
is there
pen.
anybody around here? Because remember, this is our 1-year Sarahversary, by the way. So I'm excited about that, of having choice. Is there anybody locally around here that makes them? Because I know you can hop on Amazon, but if we're trying to support local business, which is number one and key, we have to keep it here. So if there's like a lumber yard that could do it, even make like
They're just easy cutouts and.
Circles?
Our little tree, you know, like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like have them colored on the paint.
So how about the art department?
oh, I can reach out to them. Yeah, yeah, I can do that.
No.
You got all the best of me.
So you guys know downtown a little better than I do with as far as what in December, when would you guys see this event being like, let me look at the calendar. Like I obviously I don't want to get it too close to Christmas.
Gonna say another thing that's might determine when we do this is gonna be the
think-
Sarah Waverly Business Associations and the Chamber.
Yeah.
Like we're a little behind.
So I could reach,
They probably already have dates and have announced, yeah, so we
I
probably.
got a
have to-
press release for the Sarah Parade. I got that.
Right.
And I think I got something for tinsel and lights. I'll just, so basically check
Say I
with
can,
the,
I can check in with.
okay, good.
uh,
Their website or something. Okay.
Yeah, like.
Usually found you.
Yeah. I just started looking at that.
Yeah, that's something we talk about with the chamber all the time, is that's a project that repeatedly gets brought up, is an events calendar for everyone across the valley, but it's impossible. It's impossible. No, we've tried it. Nobody sends you the information. And if you're the one going out looking and I find your event, but I don't find your event, am I gonna offend you by featuring one if you aren't sending me it and nobody sends you anything? It's a nightmare.
And so this is December 10th. Friday.
I think the majority of the events are Fridays, aren't they? I feel it.
They seem to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The parade is.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I think Saturday is a better day.
Yeah. I just know for me, like I have to get home and take care of the kids. And by the time I get home and cook dinner, I don't want to go anywhere. So
I mean, I think Sundays too, like what you back to work. You go like.
yeah, laundry, cleaning,
Right,
church,
exactly.
family
That's
dinner.
the
Like
day.
that's it.
Yeah, Saturday's a much better day.
Or football. Yeah.
Me.
Okay. All right, so other than tinsel and lights, any other things that we have to be concerned about?
Well, the weekend of Thanksgiving, that Saturday is our huge
Yeah.
event.
Christmas markets.
Yep.
And we're having US Grant reenactor.
Reenactor. That's, oh man. I put impersonator on something and I asked like 4 people around me. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. What am I looking for? And nobody could come up with what I was looking for.
Like, I need the synonym for this, not quite this.
Right. I was like.
You can't figure it out. You're like, this is not right.
I literally asked 4 people and they were like, yeah, no, I can't think of what it could be. So must be good.
The little tidbit with that is Ulysses S. Grant, the original, was extremely good friends with Spalding, who built the library.
library.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
we have a
really
medallion
cool.
hanging in the foyer that hung in the White House in 1912, and it has Washington, Lincoln, and Ulysses. He actually had one on his front, and that was Spalding. There you go.
That's so
Hmm.
awesome.
Very cool.
When is the small business shop hop?
Oh,
Because I saw
Sarah's
Sarah
event?
post something
Yeah,
about
I don't
that.
know.
Nice.
I don't,
I feel
have
like
we
that's a
been
random-
treating that as an
You
ABA event?
usually have
I'm
it-
not,
I
I'm,
mean, it's usually the same
I
day.
don't, I felt like it was before, I don't know.
I,
Are
cause
you
I think
talking about
Sarah's
the
the only
shop?
one in that that's in the ABA. I think the rest of them are outside. I mean, I don't mind like giving it some extra promotion or whatever, but I don't think like they're asking for us to
Sarah.
really do a ton.
Oh, was it the shop small event? Was that what it was? Is that what they call it?
It
I'm
was-
just hopping around to all of the
It-
business meetings, so I have like little bits of information.
It's a
from
small
everyone.
shop hop, I think it,
Yeah, like, call it a
They have
shop.
a Christmas stroll, and then they have a shop small, and the shop small is the Saturday after Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
and their
it's
Christmas
shop
stroll
small
is
Saturday.
November 16th, which.
And what day, I guess it's 16.
Oh, that event's listing for a whole week. From that Saturday through
The
a
6th.
week from 27th to the 4th.
oh, is it?
Shay, Doggy Doos and Sarah Theater right now. Who's listed on, at least who's listed on the event as,
So are we realistically looking at probably December 11th? For,
Early enough.
it's early enough, but it's not too late, like it gives some time. All right.
Tentatively. Make sure with the other organizations that we're clear.
Do we want to start it at like 5:30 or like 6, like 6 to 8?
You're gonna have some little kids.
That's, I don't want to make it past bedtime, so
Right.
Even like five, like you could do 5 to 8, like
I have to
at
8.
least get the 5, because some people come early, some will stay late.
Mhm.
So as far as entertainment goes, we'll have them, I guess, just end by 8 o'clock. Right, 5 to 8.
Now,
If you get the 3 choruses,
Oh,
you
wait.
get an hour each for each chorus.
Great.
For 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then a
then
break in
it's 15
between.
minutes.
Yeah, it's fine. We can have a little bit of quiet. It's okay.
okay. Anything else that needs to be discussed about the Christmas event? Any other questions?
You guys have
concerns?
decorations for the gazebo?
Some, maybe. Lissa would have them. I'll,
Can you have a mailbox too for kids to drop off?
Hey, that's
We
my,
did last year.
that's what we're doing this year.
Right.
We're doing it too.
Awesome.
So-
We're writing down soldiers or people in nursing homes.
That's awesome. So something cool that we're doing right now, we put it on Facebook, but we have to put the promos on the air still, is I have Santa's mailbox in the Choice 102 lobby.
Great.
All the kids can come and bring the letters to Santa. And then Santa will write back to every child that's delivered a
Yeah.
letter. And I will mail it back from Santa to this child or
Nice.
children. So if you, I can send out a flyer.
Please do. I'll put
Um,
one up in the bank.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, so we did that. And the other thing that we're doing, sorry, I'm plugging myself just for a hot minute. Because I gave you, I'm like, we have Christmas cards, we're doing a couple different Christmas things. But the other thing we're doing is you're able to call in and record a greeting, even over the phone, or stop in for $25. And either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, whichever one you choose, you could put a greeting to somebody that's maybe you're like a loved one's a frontline worker, or maybe you're not going to get to see them this holiday, or maybe they're working like during the day, and we put it in there so that that person can hear it. And it's only $25, and it's for everybody in the community to be able to call in and
That's a marvelous.
Give
plan,
it-
I think, too.
yeah,
It's a
I'm not,
Wonderful price.
I'm just,
For advertising.
yeah. So I thought that was cool, and I can send the flyer to you and then you could forward it on too.
sounds good. Cool. Okay, now on to the ABA planning calendar. Again, I'm not really sure exactly what Lissa wanted to talk about for 10 whole minutes on this. But I know we had at least mentioned that that's going to be something that comes out of that strategic planning meeting with the officers for 2022. We'll come up with a calendar month by month so that half of these agendas are already written before we get to January is basically the goal, is
The
to say,
calendar
if we
thing.
need to, like, if in order to do, which I'll skip ahead quickly just to make the rest of this make sense. We did vote that we will not hold the street fair again next year, and we're gonna move to 4 smaller events instead. So if, in order to do whatever event we choose for April, we need to have this done in January, this done in February, and have it every month, every single meeting, kind of not totally full, so that we don't have any room to do anything, like have any flexibility, but
Just have it organized.
having that really organized. So I think that's probably what she was going for, but
What
guess
you
I'm
and
not
I
sure.
talked about probably.
Right, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Strategic documentation of officer responsibilities. That's another thing I would say would come out of that same strategic planning meeting.
Hello.
Really, Sarah? Um, That will have more defined, we do have officer descriptions and title sort of things, but they are written vaguely. It's not, this person does this person does this. So we want to more clearly define all those roles. So I believe that's what the strategic documentation was
Mhm.
for. The intern, this one I do know what to talk about. I haven't gotten the chance to go in and talk to him yet, but I have gotten a hold of Brady, Brady Lichty, and he's all for it. They just did a social media uh, class for their marketing team, and he was all about it. So I sent it out to the officer team to double check me. I kind of just put together a vague description of the ABA, the job, and it really sounds, at least depending on, this could end up being a huge partnership for us, really, I think. When I mentioned us moving to the 4, like, we're probably not going to do the street fair and move to 4 different events. Granted, this was just brainstorming, bouncing stuff back and forth. So we made no commitment to this. But he said that the FBLA does an event for a community service event for their state competition every year. It's like, like he threw it out there, like, what if we did one of your events? It's like, yeah, please come on down. Let's do this. So yeah, there's some definite possibility there. I was hoping to go in early this week, but I didn't hear back from him. I'm gonna poke him a few more times and get a date. But yeah, I'll go in and get all of that lined up. This one, shameful, just trying to make my life a little easier. The Crater Valley Chamber of Commerce is doing their annual online auction. As one of the board of directors, I have to put together 3 baskets. Cannon's gonna do one, that's always easy. But I was thinking that an ABA general basket would be a good idea if I could get as many just one-off things from as many people, even if it's just, informational, or I'm not sure what I got, to be honest. Like, we'd have to give away one of our kitschy branded giveaway items, as, like, it's tough for insurance. I know a lot of us are in that kind of
Coffee
similar
cups are
boat,
fine.
but right, I was gonna say, I'm sure we could find something to throw in there, if nothing else. Um, I can't remember, about a month it starts. I don't know the exact date, but they're doing it online, so it's like, yeah, so they're doing it
Okay.
extended online this year.
So do we have a deadline
This year.
to put in
Let's,
product to you?
let me see. It would have been good to know before, huh?
Try one more chance, Pat.
Right,
The shop will do a basket kind of.
okay. Sweet.
Yes.
Let's say
It looks like last year was the first.
December 21st. I'm not looking at the calendar, but ballpark, I know it doesn't start till January. That'll give me enough time to get it over and
So do we take it to Sarah's business, the product?
sure, that could work. Yeah.
Okay.
Or drop it off at Gannon's, either or.
Yeah, I could also tell you whatever's easier, we'll get it all put together, get a hold of one of the 2 of us.
Perfect.
Sweet.
So like we could make a basket or we just
If-
Like a shirt and hat.
How-
Do a basket.
I was gonna say, if you'd like to do a basket yourself, I'm absolutely, the more the merrier on that. But I was thinking for the ABA one, it would just be everybody, whether it's a t-shirt or something like that, or whatever, to kind of just one from all of us together.
Okay.
So last year it started on the 1st, it looks like.
Okay.
13th.
Okay, so last year it started on the 1st, so November 21st still holds up, I guess. Cool. Let's see, where was I here? Membership committee. Yeah, we talked about, I doubt anybody will be opposed, but put it out there. With the incentive program, everybody, that being an annual thing, everybody would be back to zero at the end of December. Have your score, we basically were suggesting your scores last the first quarter, so that you continue getting those marketing benefits as it resets, and then once that deadline passes to when, okay, now it's brand new, now whatever you've scored through the beginning of the year
So
will
can
be
I
where
ask,
we take it.
how successful do you think that is?
It's, right now, it's not been as successful as I hoped. But I really think if we're ever gonna get enough people to do the stuff we want to do, that we've gotta incentivize it. That it,
So the other thing I'm thinking, and I'm not taking away from that, because we've tried to make sure we had points too. But I'm wondering if the focus when we send out a membership pack is to try to impress what the business association is trying to do for Athens and how it will benefit each business. I don't know, you can't probably be specific. I'm not saying not include that, but I don't think everybody gets that as much. I think people say, well, what does Athens business do for me, for my business? And, you know, I don't know.
and I think that's,
Throwing it out there.
to me, that's been that was the whole
For 2
point of the
years,
incentive
yeah.
program. That was the whole reason for it, because the potted flowers, that doesn't do anything for businesses. Like Christmas events are nice, but again, most of us don't have customers, don't need the customers coming in the doors to buy
Mhm.
things. So those are things that don't help the majority of the businesses in the association. So I don't know, I'm all for that idea, but I just don't know. I don't know how do I show them the value? I don't know
think
it.
if people have to overthink it, if a business has to overthink it, and I'm thinking of a local hairdresser in Athens that said, I have to worry about, I have to do this to get this point, and I have to do this. They're too busy running the business,
No.
as just a thought. I'm just throwing it out
I
there.
think that that's a good addition to keep them involved with the
Mhm.
association, because I looked at that too. Remember, I was a little confused when I looked at it too.
Right. I think
at first,
you
but-
don't want to you don't want to confuse people. You want them to feel they can get engaged.
Yeah.
Is what my point.
And I think that should be the whole thing with the association is being engaged. A part of being a part of the association is we all work together to
Mhm.
bring more people in, whether it's to buy insurance or to buy a knickknack
Or
or
come to
come
the
to the library to get a book. You know what I mean? I think that
I
it's
get that.
important. It's more of, it's not like a tangible item of this is what we're gonna give you as an association. It's here's the network of people
Mhm.
that you're able to speak with and
Right.
collaborate with. So I think if we push it that way, just me as a business owner, I think that that's just a different angle.
Right.
But I love the point system.
Mhm.
I think that's great for
I
when
think it
you're
is
in
too.
already.
Yeah, I think it is too, but I also think that some people get intimidated by it.
That's like more of a retention
Mhm.
system. We have them on and now we have something to keep them.
Right.
Belinda, what were you gonna?
I was just wondering what this is, as someone who has not ever been to an
Oh.
Athens Association meeting, and as someone that floats around a little bit,
Would anybody
because
have an
I,
application on them?
I
I don't know. I was gonna say, if nothing else, I can email you or anything else, but,
or you can just quick pitch me.
right, essentially, it's just, okay, there we go. I can see the backside is the
Yeah, the
scoring. So essentially, by participating, doing different things, you'll get whatever points are listed there, and on the page before that, you'll see the benefit levels. Actually, it looks like it's in a different order than
No.
that's the one. And you'll see, okay, bronze members get this, silver members get this. So kind of like the idea was to, by participating, you'll be able to get more out of it and show them this is exactly what you can take out of it. I think the biggest issue with it is that there's nothing in there that makes you go, wow, I need that.
Well, that.
Like if we had something that meant, wow.
confuse people, And when you start confusing somebody who's already spending an enormous amount of time running a business, having a family, whether it's the mom or dad or whatever, when you start getting them to a point where it becomes confusing or too taxing, they're gonna walk away from that. They're not gonna do it. That's,
I do think, especially with this being my first time ever seeing this, so you guys are getting a very fresh perspective on it. It is actually just nice to see that you guys want to do something, because that was kind of my big hesitation as far as officially joining any association, whether it was the Commerce or any of the 3 associations that we have. Was I just want to know that my time is going to be wisely spent, and whatever finances I put into it are going to go in a good direction.
Right.
And I appreciated you guys boldly admitting that you two are selfish and you're also wondering what's this going to do for my business.
Yeah.
Because I also wondered that too. I appreciate how this is laid out. I actually think this is really nice. I think that this, like whatever direction you guys decide to go in this as the presidents and the leaders of this, I think this is a really good direction. Like, it's actually really nice to see something tangible and have it be like, oh, if I did decide to do this, this is what could happen. This is the direction that it could go in, versus perhaps with other organizations, it's a little bit nebulous. It's a little bit uncertain. It's not necessarily in fine print. And so I think this is
Yeah,
really
agree.
nice and well done.
I agree.
It's a little complicated, for sure. It needs to get shaped
It
down.
did. I mean, even
It
I
needs
was
to get
like,
shaped down.
but
It definitely needs to get fixed,
how many
but
times did I say to you?
it's a work in progress.
How many times do I say to you, but Kyle, how much is it to join the association? Like, I
Right.
keep just looking at him,
It's
like,
like,
just tell me how much
Well,
it
no,
is.
you weren't saying, I was gonna say, you were saying something,
I
it
was
wasn't
saying something
exactly
else,
like
I
that. It was
wasn't
something,
kidding.
right, it was, you were talking about the price, I was talking about the points.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
confused.
understand.
I was like, wait.
Just needed to come.
Yeah, it was really funny, actually. It was quite comical.
However, I will say, as a competitive business person, that I was like, ooh, I want to win. I want to be, I want, and you do, and you're like, well, this will get me 8 more points. I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is something that I know when Adam Bennett was coming, when we first rolled this out, he was like, no, I'm gonna get most points. And I was like, no, they're gonna be mine, So, I mean, it is, if you get that competitive, fun natured spirit with each other too, it is, I like this.
Is it based by business or by person? That could be
Well, that's
kind of
a question,
interesting as
Robert.
well.
For the points we've been doing per person, just
Can I
because,
bring my children? Because
I mean,
I feel like
if,
I can count that.
just the cuteness alone.
I mean, if, I was gonna say, I don't know how old they are, but if they're willing to volunteer for stuff, and we can get help, like,
And we volleyball in holes.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
I understand.
but like,
Okay, you've got to bring the dogs and cat. We're gonna be competitive.
But I think with the points, like as a new business, now that we're operational, I'm really glad that I put in the effort, because now I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm gonna send to Kyle and have another avenue to get our business promoted that I didn't have before.
I think there's a good way to put it all together, to marry it all together. But right at the moment, there are people that are saying, I'm not dealing with that.
You know what? Maybe you give them an option. Maybe you say, this is how much it is for you for the year for your business, if you want to be a part of it. And these are the great things we can do for you. Or we have this really cool thing that we have in place, is this, so they could pick, do they have
oh, no,
time?
you're paying your dues.
No,
That's
you
just-
pay your dues.
I'm saying, like, even now, like, everybody pays dues. That incentive is not a
No,
replacement.
everybody has to pay their dues. But I'm saying with this point stuff, I don't even have it. Can I see that for a minute? please? See, I mean, it confuses me even now. Where are your points? Right. You can either do the points and have fun with it and save money, or you can pay the whole thing. It's up to you. 2 options. That's kind of what I'm saying. They're still paying their dues. They're not getting out of that.
Right. Well, kind of have it worked in.
Yeah.
$50 discount. Well, I think we lowered that to 25 because saw how easily everybody was gonna be able to make platinum
I think-
if you really wanted to. We made it too
I
easy.
think I gave you stuff too,
But
didn't I, when you were at the office?
yeah, I haven't, this is this
Last
for
year,
this year. I've
okay.
been, once we have that strategic officers meeting, we know,
Mhm.
because even in here, we've got the officers listed, so we need to know that before we print out
Yeah.
the new one. So I'll definitely get those, all that stuff added. And yeah, definitely, like, it definitely needs to get cleaned up. It's definitely can definitely see how it's confusing. But actually, since we're talking about it, Irene and Choice 102 have decided to make my life a lot easier with the and actually this is not even on, this might have been 2 years
Yeah,
ago
I don't, yeah,
client packet, now that I'm looking at it. The video podcast idea we had for the, oh, we're gonna interview, I just won't have enough time to film and do those interviews.
edit and all that, yeah,
We're gonna make them island visits.
yep. They
Uh,
come on to the morning show and talk about their business.
And I can show up and film, and with the already existing audio that will just be able to send to me, that's a nice, quick, easy
So
edit job.
The
So
cool thing too is our audio will be cleaned up for you already, because anytime someone comes on the island, I get confused between WEBO because it's a morning show interview and then the island visits on Choice. So sometimes I'm like, but when they come on to either one of the stations, we record the audio and then we send it off to my news staff. And we take the audio and put it embedded into an article that says, hey, Kyle Farr from Gannon and Associates visited the island today, and this is what they spoke about for the full interview. Click here, and the whole interview will be there. Then I
Right.
take that and I share it across our social media platforms.
So what kind of a charge is that for the businesses?
No, I'm helping to,
that-
if you were paying,
that would be the platinum.
yeah, it'll be a
plan,
part of that.
It would replace the video interview
Okay.
thing, essentially, because we can go in video, it would be the same thing. It's just, it
Yeah.
streamlines that process for me
Yeah,
tenfold.
and if we have, Choices in the Valley, right? But I also, WEBO is also in the Valley. We have 105.1 that covers the whole valley. So if you have a potential customer that comes on and joins with you guys and they want to get on WEBO, if they drive to the WEBO studio 20 minutes from here, we do, it's kind of like, it looks like a TV style interview where they're
Okay.
live on Facebook with all their name blocks underneath. It's all set up, and they're also on the radio at the same time.
Okay, great.
So they have that option if they want to drive for that.
Where is that?
It's essentially
That's
like
on,
the cameras.
yeah.
Yours is.
Mine's all
your
set up.
setup's all sweet.
Yeah,
I want it.
It's on North Avenue in Owego. It's right downtown. Yeah, and it's easy to get to. No, off the highway, over the bridge, past the courthouse, and on the right-hand side. Yeah, yeah. So,
Okay,
but the value you were asking, the value of that, it's typically $175 per island visit. For nonprofits, I always take 25% off all of our radio services.
Okay.
So it drops it down to $131.25 for nonprofits to come
Look
on.
at all you're getting, not just the original ad, you're getting.
You're-
all the plugs
It
in
lives
between.
there. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And I don't ever take it down. Our website has every single interview we've done.
Seriously?
Yeah, all the articles are on there. Nothing comes off of it. It just keeps adding and adding
Can
and
you
adding.
find that maybe on YouTube?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. If you go to myhometowntoday.com, that's our local community website. So when we do, because we do cover local news on all of our stations. And instead of giving you a 10 or a 15-minute newscast on the radio where you're driving to work and you really want to just listen to music and settle down a little bit, we give maybe, a 3-minute newscast on the radio, local news, but all of it and then some are on our community website. So we point people to that.
It's great.
It doesn't cost anything to go on. There's no subscription. You can read and research on the website. Community events are on there, weather, everything's on there. It's a source, high school sports, everything's on there.
Okay.
So,
That's marvelous.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's that. Sorry, see, I told you I was gonna not shut up. I warned you.
it's fine. All right, I think that's all we need to talk about with the membership committee. This one I haven't talked with about. I thought this would be after the strategic plan.
I have to bow out because I have to actually go to the Bradford County Y, which I'll be late for.
Okay.
That's me. Everyone knows I'm late. I'm late to everything, never on time.
All right.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you. Bye.
It's nice meeting all of you.
I will.
I look forward
be
to
in
putting the
touch.
Christmas thing together.
Awesome.
Yes.
Excited for it.
All right, that's yours.
Thank you, Dan.
That's good.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Nice meeting.
All right, we got another 8 minutes or so here in the scheduled time, so I'll try to hustle through here. Events committee, we need a chair and committee members. I'm not sure how we wanna do it. Is
Why
that
don't
how
you
we wanna
just
do
let
it yet?
them by event? You put up an event out there and have a couple people take it out. One or two people taking on all four.
It's
It's
I
way
agree.
too much.
I agree. And it becomes, and then it becomes something that everybody wants.
That's right. Right.
Okay, so we're gonna get 8 volunteers for,
Well, I think
These
you throw
events?
out there what we're
'Cause,
gonna do and then.
been like,
Yeah.
it hasn't been half of that. We've been getting consistently for volunteering for this sort of stuff, so I mean, I'm fine with it, but.
I think we were asking too much of two people.
I think after the strategic planning, we have a little bit better of an idea of
What
what
they
the event will
are gonna
be.
do.
That's right.
But I don't think the event choices should be that way. Which events we do, probably, right? But everybody, you know what I mean? Like, we'll make that, like, I was gonna just read off the
Yeah, I.
suggestions, like which events we choose. Yeah.
4, and those are it. The ones in your survey, take the top 4 and those are the events.
Yeah, you got this list.
Like,
here if you want it.
Since it was like, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm doing another survey where these are the choices, that would definitely work. Before we did it as like a open-ended, give us what you want. So we didn't like really ask for a
I
vote.
would take.
But yeah, that would have worked. That would definitely work.
Then you'd have your 4 and then we really play it from there.
Cool. So yeah, I'll just read off what was suggested, give somebody else an idea for a different event. Cornhole tournament, car show with Sweet Charlene's, chili cook-off and dessert bake-off, an ABA business scavenger hunt. Excuse me, silent auction, shop small shop local event, battle of the bands, a sportsman show, sidewalk sales, and I don't know what a frozen competition is, but I didn't get word back from my goodness, I'm blanking on Northrop's. Suggest had that was where the sportsman show came from as well. But sportsman show and frozen competition were their suggestions. I don't know what a frozen competition is. I asked and didn't get a response yet, but that's what was thrown out from the survey. I only got a handful of responses, so I wanted to see if there was any other ideas or anything like that.
I'm right. I'm like,
Granted.
what's frozen competition.
This was again not committed by at all, but in our bouncing of ideas back and forth between me and Brady, what's the corning event? Blues on the Bridge?
Oh.
That's that's where his mind went when he was talking about having ABA help with an event. Let's do something on the Athens Bridge. Let's have a concert on the Athens Bridge. Shut down that road and do something. I was like, oh, okay, like something to think about. Like have a
Or along the street from, what is that street that goes out to the bridge? Because it's a one-way. Try to block the bridge and you could run into PennDOT problem.
Mhm.
is what I'm
Right.
thinking.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, yeah, River Road.
That's what it is, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, just again, I'm not even sure there's a whole bunch of hurdles that go into that, not only the PennDOT stuff, but just as far as running bands, I can tell you electricity is gonna be a problem. I mean, generators can work, but we're gonna be spending a lot on gas if we're having more than one band there, so.
That's fun though.
Right, yeah, just at least figured throw the ideas out there, see if it made
Well,
anybody else
Riverfest in
trigger
July,
something.
that's what they do, they shut down that whole street and, oh my gosh, everybody and anybody goes. to
Yeah.
it. But it's been accumulated over the year and built up, over the years.
Yeah, they shut the parkway down for 3 days for that.
And that street, that's all like.
Can I plug Christmas market real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so November 27th from 10 to 1. We've got 15 vendors all lined up. We've got a food truck, Mediterranean Tastes,
Oh, they're so good.
I know they
Yes.
are. I love them.
Lebanese food. I'm super excited about it.
Very nice.
Um,
very nice.
We also have a reenactor, Ulysses S. Grant, will be coming. And he's going to do a little presentation at 11:30 talking about how the soldiers in the Civil War did Christmas and stuff like that. As Becky was saying earlier, Ulysses S. Grant was also a friend of the guy who built our building. So that's another great thing. We're gonna have hot chocolate. We're gonna have fire pits. Santa's gonna be there. Maureen Wright, local author, is gonna be there as well. Am I forgetting anything?
Well, when the kids come to see Santa Claus, they get a free book that's all wrapped. And you can take your picture, people can take the pictures of the children. And we always have a craft bag for them to take home too. So,
So that's my niece and nephew.
yeah.
Or my sister. Yes.
And then,
But that's just about it. I don't think there's anything else for Christmas market.
Well, I will say that Megan has worked on this second year,
Third.
third year. And she has taken it from a wonderful concept and a wonderful idea, and it was a little smaller. She has blown this thing out of the water. It's unbelievable the people that come to this.
Yes.
So we're thrilled. We're honored to have her.
We had 200, 300 people last
We
year.
had over 300, almost
So,
400 last year.
Yeah, we're really
On a
hoping-
Saturday, you don't know what the weather's gonna be, and you have that many people come out,
Yes.
that's unconscionable.
Right,
You
Small
know?
Business Saturday too, so we're kind of trying to highlight our local vendors that have come out. Most of them are completely local. I think the farthest away is Towanda, where she's selling alpaca fur products, so that's gonna be really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for
I have
it.
to work that animal. I just looked at my tail like I have to work that animal.
and Rochelle,
Oh,
you
yeah.
give us a update on the Halloween parade?
It was an absolute blast. I actually walked when the Ghostbusters were right near me. I walked in front of them. It was famous. I was like, well, I asked Doug, I was like, does it matter really where I walk? And he goes, no, you're just having a good time. I'm like, let's go do this. So I dressed, I'm actually find a picture.
I was gonna say, she
I did
did
dress
cutest
up.
little goodie bags and.
thank
I should have brought you
Yeah.
in. They said boo on one side. This is the Athens Business Association.
Thank
And
you.
then they had little spiders on the other side and they were on little bags that put different things of candy in there. They would cut off the top so they were a bit smaller.
Send me pictures.
Oh, I will. I actually have some of the labels left. And I'll just make up one on the exact candy at home. I can make.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh, it was the best. It was so
Yeah,
much
it
fun,
was
truly.
super cute.
And
And
it
it
was
didn't
out.
rain.
Well, the best part was I was throwing those bags. Well, it was great because a lot of the candy was going in puddles. So the bags actually like
Yeah.
survived
Saved
the
the
puddles and
candy.
like saved the candy.
Nice.
The candy was still good.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was just seeing if my mom she sent over a picture, and I probably won't find it right off. But of what I was wearing that day. And it was up there.
Oh, she was Batgirl. It was very.
I was
cute.
Batgirl.
Yeah.
This was
Oh, you're Jason.
So I just figured I'd show you guys all.
That's awesome.
So it was fun. So lots of people, and for it being a very wet day, because it started,
Yes.
I mean, it was raining between 9 and 10. It
Yes.
was not pleasant outside. Doug's like, this is awful. Like, it cleared up by the time we went, and then whoever did, at the end of the Sarah school, they did snacks for everybody. That was really
That's
nice. Because It was
fantastic.
nice to have this, like, apple cider at the end.
Cider
and
and donuts, yeah.
Yeah. Sarah does a great job.
They
of
did,
parade.
yeah.
They just, that's their forte. They do it well. It's a well-oiled machine.
And there was lots of just fun, fun people, and everybody was out to have a good time, no matter what the weather
Right.
was, and it was actually a good turnout, like all the way down the street, so it's quite a few people for
So-
being that kind of weather.
I was told that all the businesses gave out candy that day and Thursday night, which that's huge. Whether you had a business that's going to attract children and families
Yeah.
or not, they were giving it out the night of trick or treat and the day of the parade.
Yep, and they all had it, and there was, we were talking, just about everybody that was walking or had some kind of flow, even though my gosh, a little girl in front of me, they were from Bradley Farms. She was whipping candy, because at one
Yeah.
point, it was the sweetest thing, she whips it, she get me with the candy, I caught like a lollipop and something else, I'm like, here, let me toss them. She was like, sorry, I was like, no, it's okay. I was like, your dad's like, pace yourself, because he's like, if you're not the candy, that's it. But no, it was wonderful. It's very
My
good
kiddos
fun.
ran out of candy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know, I'll have to remember next time I told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna have to like station you closer to the end, because candy, you'd be surprised, 8 pounds of candy is heavy.
Yes.
Holy shnikes. Like, I had it in this bag, and I'm like, when I get to the end, it's gonna be so much better. But I need to station somebody like 3/4 of the way through, so that last stretch, because I could tell if you looked at the kids, like, it wasn't quite as much fun for them for that
Okay.
last part of Lockhart, like,
Okay,
cause I think everybody hit the front
Yeah.
and they get most of Lockhart, but it was like, where we were by the
By the
pond,
bank.
and yes, and right
Yeah.
there, as soon as you got past that, it was like still a lot of kids,
And then
but a
you're
lot
doing
less
that.
candy. So I was doing a lot of waving, waving at that point, all the kids were great.
so did the theater play Ghostbusters?
We did, we played the music
You
and
guys
we
are
had
so
our
good.
Ghostbusters going.
Yes.
Well, the movie comes out, the new movie comes out on the 19th, so I was like, we were gonna plug that.
I am so
Thank
proud of you
you.
for what you're doing
Thank
there.
you. And then we did, we handed out,
They were singing and dancing
they were.
the
I love
entire song. I was dying because
I love
I was in front of them
And
and I
we
was
stapled
jamming with them.
business cards that I made that said
Yes.
bring in for free snacks, I
Nice.
popcorn. And then I put the next 3 kids movies coming out with the dates.
Yeah,
So
that
that
was
was
very
my,
When are you
like,
getting, House of Gucci?
I don't know if we are, I
Okay.
requested it, I know,
Okay.
I was like, my people wanna see it, I
Yep.
promise. We get a Disney movie that day though, so. I don't
Okay.
know. I
That's
don't
all
know,
right, just
but,
checking.
I do know that we're gonna do, the theater's gonna do the Christmas parade, and I just received the application for that, because that's through the borough.
Right.
So it's separate, and I'm happy to send that, but again, I'm not, like, we're doing a big float for that, so I can't be
Right.
in charge in any way for the float.
There's so many
but
plans for that parade.
there are, but I think we
would
should
get
do it.
lost Unless we have something
Send me what you've
magnanimous.
got.
Okay.
I'll see what-
I mean, I think it is such, it's free advertising, it's free
It
to
was,
be a part of
honestly,
it.
was
It's fun to be
It
part
really
of it, you know, and people should know that our businesses are here, like, you know, it's silly to not participate in the things that are free events.
You'd be surprised too how many people recognize you. Like I just had to laugh.
Yeah.
I'm just walking through the crowd, like Rochelle. I'm like, holy crap! Like I didn't know. What you're talking about. Like,
And it's
and
that
it-
just
right, and
far,
it was,
you
and they were
know?
like, hey, like no, it was just nice. Like
Yeah.
it was, but that's how many people will recognize us because we're out, and it's our friends and our family that are out there.
Mhm.
And I got to drive in the truck, so I was
Yeah.
nice and warm. It's great. So we just happened to be a book bag short for me to be a Ghostbuster kid. I was like, oh, that's rough. So
You guys did well with your stuff though. I was like, she like could sing up for like pool noodles. I'm like, what are they doing with those?
Mhm.
They were from the past. Like
Yeah.
the pool noodles
Yeah.
they were being- I was like, I get it. I get it.
it was,
Well, I appreciate
So-
everybody's enthusiasm going forward. I think it's marvelous. Please don't forget the library, this Saturday. We haven't had much participation in a couple of our events, so I mean, with the board,
Right.
with anybody from
Yeah.
ABA. So it'd be nice just to put your face there. if you get an
I will be at
opportunity.
my shop doing all of our small business stuff, but I
Yeah.
did want to say as it goes with this small shop, local event, I did contact American Express
Mhm.
and said that every year I put on a small shop, local
Right.
event. And I'm happy to, you know, last year I kept it very small. I only picked 2 businesses from each, of the towns because I
Okay.
wanted to keep it COVID, you know,
Right.
conscious. And this year, I think so far I have 15 businesses set, just because there are people that when I started this, I was in Waverly, so I contacted the Waverly businesses that I had done the first year.
So it'll be like a
And
sleigh
then-
ride.
Yes, yeah, and
okay.
so Shadowbox Treasures is always part of it, and they're
Right.
huge, and they've
Yes.
confirmed. So Shadowbox is confirmed, as has God's Promise, so it's like one end to the other, which is
Mhm.
lovely. But I'm happy to, you know, to throw that out there to some of the Athens businesses as well, of course. And what we do is it kicks off on Small Business Saturday and it goes until the following Saturday.
Mhm.
And everyone that walks into your business gets a raffle ticket.
Okay.
And then if they make a purchase, or, I mean, it can be whatever you choose to have it be, if they get a book that day, if they sign up for I mean, whatever you want it
Sure.
to be, they can get another raffle ticket. And then I always do that if they show you that they follow you on social media, they get a 3rd ticket. So everyone has 3 options to win a ticket, and you can pick more things for people to get as well, but a minimum of 3 is what I usually do. And then at the end of that the week later, so the next Saturday, I go around and I collect all the raffle tickets from everyone, and then we draw one name to win an item, and I just have each business that participates, it's $10 to participate because we do advertise it.
Right.
Yeah, and then everyone has to give an item to put into a basket, and one
Mhm.
person wins that basket. So like a $15 item, or last year I suggested everyone did a gift card. So that way the person that won had to come back to your shop, because that's, you know, that's kind of my thing. When I get asked to make a raffle basket, I always add a gift card, because if someone uses that candle, they're like, well, that was really great, but by the time you use up that candle, you're not gonna remember, number one, where you got it from,
Right.
and number two, what store it is and all that. So if you do a gift card, they have to come see you to use
Okay.
that. And if they don't come see you, you're not out the money for that item.
Right.
Mhm.
So that's
Good
kind
win,
of been
truly.
what I do with that. But I mean, so, and it goes for the whole week, and I do it for the week now, so that, because if people aren't comfortable going out for COVID, or
Right.
because I do know that other places do a small business Saturday event as
Mhm.
well, and I don't want to have to pick. It is the 27th until the following Saturday, so I think it's the 4th.
Well, I just wonder
I was
how
just looking
that,
at your event when we were getting started.
Yes.
I was just like,
so
ah.
how does that work for any of the businesses like Moody's, like any of them, Gannon's, like the library, like Connie's business, where you don't have something to sell.
Right,
So
well,
how does that help? them?
so I've never opened it up to a business that didn't
Okay.
sell things before.
Okay,
But I just haven't for that reason, because
Right.
I was.
because you wonder how they can participate
Right,
and
but,
get involved in that.
I mean, the 2 raffle tickets right off the bat is show us you follow us on social media and you walk, and walking in the door. I mean, any of those businesses can do that.
Mhm.
And then the third, is making a purchase. So I mean, but it doesn't have to be making a purchase at your business. Like you can have it, right, check out a
Yeah.
book.
We wouldn't be able to do anything like
Get
that,
a,
but yeah,
right, but-
we can't do things on sales. We could do things on quotes.
right, like ask for a quote,
Mhm.
take a 10-minute quote or, take 15 minutes and get a quote for something and you get a ticket into this. I mean, you guys can do whatever.
But it would be nice to jump on that.
Absolutely, and
thinking.
people are I'm more than happy to open it up to more businesses this year. I think, like I said, I think I have 15 signed on so far.
Mhm.
I know Terry from Mad Hatter has joined in with me.
Good.
My phone just died, so there's that. Celebrations is doing it with me. Doggy Jews is doing it. The Sarah Theater has jumped in this year.
Mhm.
And that's, the Sarah Theater's never done it before, but I was like, hey, we're doing this thing, guys. And for that, buy a movie ticket, you get a,
Right.
Do you have
you
a
get a
write-up
raffle.
for it, Sarah?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a write-up for it, like a description written up?
I have an event on Facebook, but I can send
Okay.
it out to you. And I was
Yeah.
going to email it when you emailed me about the small business, about your event,
Yeah.
but I was like, I don't want them to think that I'm like trying to do something over them or
Yeah.
something.
The more you are in the public, the better it is.
Right.
That's how you keep them local instead of
Oh, yeah.
Horseheads or
Right.
Hampton or whatever.
What's your event called?
It's I don't even know what it's called. It's on the Shea Creations page, the shop small, shop local, something, I don't know.
Shop Hop's in it.
Shop Hop is part of the name.
Oh, I think I just pulled that up and there was.
4th annual Valley Shop Small Shop Hop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it's
yeah.
called. Thank you.
Sure.
So, and Shadowbox has always done it with me, and I contacted Roberta and she was like, oh, we'd love to do it, because this is her first year.
That's right.
And they get a ton of tickets,
Oh, absolutely.
just from them. And then, some people don't even know that we're doing it. And then when they go there and they see this list,
Okay.
then they're like, oh, and then they start hitting the other places. And God's Promise Bookstore up in Milan is just a itty bitty little shop. And she told me last year it was the busiest day she's ever had,
Nice.
on Small Business Saturday.
You're
She
gonna
said
have
it was
a
the
map
busiest day she's
for
ever had.
people?
Yep.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I do a map and I do a whole thing.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
Sarah, that's great marketing. That's great concept.
It's just, and it's a nice way to include,
Yes.
the first year I did in Waverly and I think we did 12 Waverly businesses, because that was when I opened my shop. And
Mhm.
it was like, I joined the WBA in August and was in charge of that in November. Of course,
you did.
sure. Yeah. And there were no points then, so. So,
Funny.
but, and it was fun. It was fun to do then. And it's, I love, it's one of my favorite things to put together every year. So, but, so yeah, the more the merrier. I'm happy to have more people join in.
Right.
Cool.
Make it a big thing. Don't shop in Omaha. Don't go far.
All right, just a few reminders here before we adjourn. Dues will be coming back around on January 1st. Don't worry about paying those yet until we have the officer team set up and applications made, though.
How much are the dues?
Dues are $100 a year. If you become a platinum member, you get a $25 discount the year after.
Woohoo.
I'm pretty sure that's where we left it. As well as the 25 dollar discount on your chamber dues if you're a chamber member too.
Yeah.
That was our,
You get a double this.
right, that was our olive branch to the chamber.
Yeah.
Uh, Social media posts, content, I've sent out the emails gotten this month was a lot better than most, I'll say. I got several emails back.
We have something finally going on.
What's that?
You'll be getting a whole bunch of stuff.
Good, I love it.
And we don't generally have a lot going on, but we do actually have a few things, so.
I'll be sending
Cool.
more your way.
And even if you don't have like a particular thing going on, like don't think you gotta push an event with this post. It could be introducing an employee. It could be just a check-in with, this is what I did today. Like it could literally be anything, like just any sort of connection with the audience. I'll tag your page so hopefully
Yeah.
it'll drive some extra traffic to your page, more, an extra like or two, who knows, but that's good. Newspaper ad, I guess I will pump the brakes for November until we get the Christmas event more lined up, and I'll throw the shop small, what's that?
When does the new November ad go in?
They're pretty flexible with us. They can kind of work. The contact's Coral Streeter, and she's also Gannon's contact.
Okay.
And I would be shocked if Gannon isn't their biggest customer by double.
Mhm.
So when I asked Coral to hook me up with, hey, I don't know when we want this ad, can you let me put it in whenever I want? She said yes.
Well, so I'm wondering, shop small, the Christmas market,
Mhm,
I mean, it's a
those-
huge weekend,
Mhm.
right? And if we're gonna do something in the park, the trees still would be up, come take pictures of your kid, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Think about.
Yeah, I can definitely put all three of the events right in there.
Mhm.
Just we'll need to wait until we get the details on the last one. Then our next meeting will be December 7th at 2 p.m. We do not have a location set yet, so if anybody is excited and wants to host,
I was gonna say, I mean, you can use this as a fallback.
Okay.
If you don't have anybody.
sounds good.
Travis would have been here, but he's out hunting these poor deer.
It's that time of year.
Melinda, did you get a chance to talk about what you talked about at Sayers?
No,
Oh. Do you want to?
that's okay. No, I think I'll actually just go ahead and save it for next time. We'll get
Okay.
the wheels rolling a little bit on it and then I'll be able to come back and, I'm so sorry, I'm so unfamiliar here, and so I didn't want to step on any toes, but the beautiful woman that was sitting right here, is she the new president next year?
Well, as of now, I guess we don't really have any other people nominating, but technically the election hasn't happened yet. So today was I'm gonna send out one last email. Today is, I know I've said it like 3 other times, but
Yes, I got that.
Irene.
Okay, Irene, that's who that.
but yes, more than likely. She also said similarly would be flexible on president, vice
Right,
president,
yeah.
the same when you weren't here, right? It seemed like you were pretty flexible on it. I'm not sure exactly which one to
I feel
put
like it's
where,
gonna be a
but
Fluid thing anyway.
Yeah,
between the two,
we
you
don't-
know?
No, I think it's wonderful.
But no, thanks for asking, Sarah. She mentioned some interesting stuff, and part of me wonders if maybe what Jesse and I are working on potentially could
That's what I was
came in with
thinking.
her, like whenever she was talking about that, I was kind of like,
You kept looking over at you like, say it.
with
So,
what exactly was?
so Melinda owns Fox Photography.
Yeah.
I don't know if she introduced herself.
Yeah.
Okay. No, and she's looking into doing something to get out there with the local.
well,
businesses,
it's
but I don't
kind of,
wanna
it's just
tell her
going
story.
around the valley. I love the valley so much, and I don't know if that's like wrong thing to say. I'm not married to any particular district. But I like Sarah and I like Athens and I like Waverly, and so I was waiting for you guys to boot me out really quick.
No,
You can be a part of all
so
three.
that's- I was gonna say, yes.
Right.
And we'll
Right.
do chamber, and
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
would
Right.
probably flow
You're
over
gonna find
too.
the one big community, truly, like, I grew up in Chemung, like,
Yeah.
I live in Athens now, but literally it's where I live and work, but the rest, of everything's near and dear to my
I
heart.
love that. No, and
It's
I-
3 miles from one end to the other.
Right,
Like,
right.
yeah,
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Great.
yes.
I
no,
love
you're
that.
right.
Well,
Yeah.
and so Jesse Buck, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Jesse, but he had a really great idea, and it was just kind of similar to what you and Irene were talking about, kind of showcasing those businesses businesses. And so ours was a little bit more of the social media side, because if you Google the Valley, you just get like a picture of an empty Kmart.
Right.
And we'd like to work with some SEO stuff and just kind of build that up.
Mhm.
And so, you know, with what you guys are doing, it sounds like it's running really just beautiful parallel lines.
Mhm.
And so I wonder if there's a way to marry that together.
Absolutely.
And so whenever I'll think about it a wee bit more and talk to my partner about it, and then we'll go ahead and perhaps present it next time. But really, it was just to go ahead and showcase. You guys are just all so great, and we just want to be able to showcase that, and we like the Valley, and
Yeah.
Google deserves to know more about the Valley.
Yeah,
And so-
definitely not just say what you
You're
guys.
speaking my language.
Yeah.
Let me talk to the SBA when that's why I was like, you need to come to the ABA meeting. I was thinking, Kyle, we should meet you.
Do we have an email address for you? If you wanna,
You probably don't, but I will give you
yeah,
mine.
if you wanna jot that down, I'll loop you in on the emails and stuff.
I would love that. They float around.
But her business is in Athens.
Yeah, my home is in Athens.
Everybody get a poster. I've got a bunch if anybody
Oh,
wants
I'm
to
happy
take
to take
multiple.
one or two. I was, I
Okay.
can take one for the theater too.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put in our, I'm gonna put these in the bank with that.
I would like one.
Do we have any action items?
Thank you.
Yes, let me get them.
I think we do, but I
Think
think
you
they all
do?
kind of,
Deciding if we're doing
themselves.
a vote.
Irene is gonna-
Did that, was the deciding if we're doing a vote.
oh, kind of, where did you, I took notes on?
You lost it already, you're going.
You.
Yeah.
There we go.
They're like, you're coming back for close, right? I was like, maybe. I'm just kidding. Totally.
Thank you, everybody. It was a great.
Yeah,
meeting.
yes, it was a good meeting.
Great
Yes.
meeting.
Totally.
Probably one of the best. we've
I
had
know,
all
it was
year.
a longer one.
Almost
It is.
Oh, well, it's because party didn't get here till 6:30.
You're driving back to Binghamton, huh?
Oh, sorry, my mother-in-law.
You're not.